Yay, we're here. Jenny, you're lucky. I only made these guys wait a few minutes. Normally it's like 20 minutes. Jenny, I'm here. So, guys, I wasn't sure if I was going to go live tonight. It's always all to do with what time the kids go to bed. Like, they've all gone up with the mum and the brothers and sisters. Fingers crossed, they're not going to come in here in their pants and knickers, and the dogs aren't going to jump on me. So remember, I'm just a fan at home in my kitchen trying to do this. And it doesn't always go to plan. It doesn't always go to plan, you know. Many of you know here on Defending Elvis that there will be noise, there will be barks, there will be children, there will be wives, there will be things happening. So, yeah. So, luckily, I got on quite quick. We'll give people a chance to join us. I have been messing about. I've been trying to learn about this so-called movie that's going to come out with Riley Keough. I think it's going to be a documentary style thing that Joel Weishankar half announced at the proclamation. So, but anyway, it's going to be an interesting live because a few of you have been sending me details of the Mike Stone interview. I think Joanne might have been one of them. Hi, Joanne. But I've had it sent me from Rose, I think, sent it me, Rose Finney as well. The Mike Stone interview, the most recent, literally like 1 or 2 days ago. So I wonder, guys, doesn't it make you wonder that this interview has come out on Elvis's birthday, more or less, isn't it, guys? Now, what do you guys think about Mike Stone? Defending Elvis Presley, fans want the truth. Remember, we defend. We defend. That sounds great. Tony, how's everything going? Can I be nosy and let me know how the improvements are with you and your carnival diet? Go on, let us know the good news. So Tony is doing the carnival diet. Many of you are doing the diet, but we're not here to talk about the diet. The diet, I was saying to you guys, I'm pushing all the diet stuff onto our other channel. We have a sister channel, and I do want you guys to subscribe to it. We've got an interesting live here, guys. We're going to talk about Mike Stone. We're going to show Mike Stone's interview. I don't think we're going to like many of the things that are said, but I feel that we, as Defending Elvis, as fans of Elvis, I think we need to have our say. So we're going to play that interview and we're going to watch it together. So I do want you guys to jump over and subscribe to our sister channel. We now have a sister channel. We have a sister Elvis channel, and it's called, let me just show you guys, because I do want you guys to subscribe to it. Elvis Presley Fan on Keto Diet. Elvis Presley Fan on Keto Diet. So this is our other channel now. We're going to be doing all the Defending Elvis is all going to be here. But we're going to have more of the light-hearted stuff over on Elvis Presley Fan on Keto. So please subscribe to this. It's important. Yeah, and obviously we will discuss the diet as well over there. So all of the diet-related things will all go to our sister channel, Elvis Presley Fan on Keto. Yeah, so please subscribe, guys. Anyway, right. Can I just say this? Now, I have quite strong views about Mike Stone. Yeah? So let's have a look with Tony. I'm doing awesome, no pain, losing weight. I'm playing. How much have you lost, Tony? Let us know the good news. How much have you lost? Now, Tony, we just mentioned it in passing because Tony, unfortunately, had a very nasty accident off her horse and has been in a lot of pain. We all send Tony love and hugs. Of course, we pray for Tony. And I suggested this diet because it helped me, massively helped me. And look how well Tony is doing. Tony has done amazing, amazing. We all pray for Tony. And she's become such an important member of our family, Tony has. So we're very proud of you, Tony. Come on, you rock, you rock. Let's see, right. Let's just check your comments. Can you imagine what Elvis would have done if he'd known what Mike Stone did to Lisa? Right, Jenny, we have to get the names right. Remember, Mike Stone is the karate champion. Yeah. Then we've got Michael Edwards from the alleged abuse. I mean, we know it happened because Lisa said it. We believe every word that Lisa said. Yeah. We believe every word of it. And we want justice. We want justice for Lisa Marie against the abuse that Michael Edwards did when Lisa was, remember, this isn't just Michael Edwards. This is Priscilla and Michael Edwards because they were together. I mean, yeah, Priscilla and Michael Edwards were together when the abuse took place to Priscilla between the ages of 10 and 16. It's alleged. It's for entertainment purposes, opinions. We have to say that to cover our backs. But we do believe Lisa, and we want justice for Lisa. We want Michael Edwards arrested. We want Priscilla questioned. Maybe she should be arrested as well. At the hands of Priscilla and Michael Edwards, there was abuse, alleged abuse. It's been said by Lisa Marie's own words in this book. So we have to believe Lisa, but it also has to, I have to, as a YouTuber, I have to say this is alleged and it's for opinions, our opinions. I have to say that. Yes. So I think, Jenny, you're talking about Michael Edwards, the actor, the model. Yeah. The one that Priscilla was seeing for 6 years, was it? Was it as long as that? The one who wrote the book, Priscilla, Elvis and Me. Was that the name of the book? So he sort of admitted that he had feelings for Lisa in his own book, Michael Edwards. And then we've seen the horrific interview with Howard Stern where Lisa brings it up and basically says it happened. It happened. She's obviously careful how she says it. But we come on, guys. We know, don't we? Elvis fans, we know. We know it happened. For entertainment purposes, we have to say that. Right. Let's just check your comments, and we are going to start playing this interview. I haven't watched it. I've watched little bits. I want to watch it with you guys. Okay. Right. Let's just check your comments. Yeah. I mean, the book. I will say this: Michael Edwards' book. Why did he have to call it the name that he called it? What's it? Tell me the name, guys. It's something like My Life with Priscilla and Lisa. You know, what is that? What is that? Ridiculous. If you want to make a book, Mike Stone wants to make a book on his life. He doesn't have to use Priscilla's name, Lisa's name, Elvis's name. It's obvious the reason he uses it is to boost sales. Let's face it, if the book was just about Mike Stone, it would be a flop. Do we agree there, guys? Leave it in the comments. If the book was just about Mike Stone's life, a karate book, it would be a flop. As soon as you throw in Lisa Marie, Elvis, Priscilla, suddenly it's going to sell some books, isn't it? I don't think it's done that well, though, has it? I think the book, from what I know, has done quite badly, but I could be wrong, but that's what I think. Right, so obviously I've got strong opinions on Mike Stone and Michael Edwards, but today's video we are talking about Mike Stone. We will be doing a Michael Edwards live stream as well, but today Jenny, I do it all the time. I do it all the time. I always get Mike Stone mixed up with Michael Edwards. I always do. Yeah, we're rooting for Tony. Right. Okay. No need to apologize. I get things wrong all the time. Right. Let's just check your comments. So I think the title was In the Shadow of Elvis and the King. Oh, I don't know that book. Is that another book, Emily? Because I don't know that book. But I know the book now. Let me get it up. It's on Amazon, isn't it? Let's have a look. One of you guys are going to say, aren't you? Mike Stone. Stone book. I mean, I have no intention of reading this book at all. You know, none at all. I literally just don't want to. Just don't want to. It may change, but who knows? So, Mike Stone, My Time with Priscilla and Lisa Marie. And at the top, it says, after Elvis after divorce of the century. Elvis after divorce of the century. And I just find that ridiculous. Honestly, guys, we haven't even started watching the interview yet. I find that ridiculous. So, obviously, I'm live yet. So, basically, we have at the top, it says Elvis after divorce of the century, and a picture of Priscilla and Elvis. Look at the picture. It's ridiculous. It's obviously one of their wedding pictures. Now, what has that got to do with Mike Stone and karate? Then it says My Time with Priscilla and Lisa Marie. And then if you look at the pictures, it has pictures of Priscilla gazing up to Mike Stone in awe, in love. Then you have another picture of Lisa Marie looking into Mike Stone's eyes, which is just ridiculous. And then you've got another picture of Lisa and another picture of Mike Stone and Priscilla looking extremely happy. So I'll just show you the pictures. Yeah, so come on. The whole thing is about just making money off Elvis's name. What's different? Priscilla making money off Elvis's name, Mike Stone making money off Elvis's name. Ultimately, poor Elvis, he's not here, God rest him. And they're still trying to make money off his name. Mike Stone, who had an affair with his wife. Mike Stone, who had an affair with, remember, yes, he had an affair with Priscilla, and Priscilla took Lisa away from her father, Elvis. That alone is bad enough. But so then we start thinking about the fact that Mike Stone was married to Frances Stone. She was pregnant. They also had a daughter, a small daughter, the same age as poor Lisa Marie, around 3. Yeah. So not only did they have this affair that wrecked lives, that took Lisa away from her father, away from her home that she loved, because Lisa loved her home, it also left Frances Stone, who has forgiven Priscilla, believe it or not. Frances Stone, Mike Stone's wife, forgave Priscilla quite soon. But not only did, I'm not doing that. Not only did it break up Frances Stone and Mike Stone and their pregnant Frances Stone, and they've got a small daughter. So this decision, because two people, let's get it right, guys. Two people fancied each other. They had the hots for each other. Yeah? And because of those two people fancying each other, remember, Priscilla chose Mike Stone. She chose him. She was like, I want you. I want you. Yeah? She chose him. Now, this thing about Mike Stone being friends with Elvis, that's not true. They had met a few times. This thing that Mike Stone was an instructor for Elvis, it's not true. Yes, Mike Stone was a karate champion. It does seem like Mike Stone did give Priscilla lessons. Priscilla had to travel a 45-minute drive to get lessons, karate lessons with Mike Stone. She went out of her way as many as 4 or 5 times a week having these lessons. It wasn't lessons, was it, guys? We know what was going on. And there was a secret affair that lasted as long as a year. secretly, and during this time, Priscilla was Priscilla was having a friendship with Mike Stone's wife. Francis Stone would invite Priscilla for dinner, take her out. They would go to tournaments, karate tournaments. Priscilla befriended Francis Stone, Mike Stone's wife, that was pregnant. This is pretty horrific, guys. Remember, we're defending Elvis Presley. We're defending Elvis Presley. So we are exposing the wrongdoing of anyone that's done things wrong to Elvis, Lisa, and the bloodline. And this really takes the biscuit. This is probably, I would say, the affair that Priscilla had with Mike Stone is one of the most cruel things that ever happened to Elvis. I think it damaged him for the rest of his life. Of course, we also know that she also had an affair with Steve Peck, the dance instructor, in 1968, 2 to 3 months after the baby was born as well. And that, could you imagine what that put Elvis through? Catching his wife, Priscilla, with the dance instructor that he paid for. The baby was in nappies, and Priscilla is bonking, innit? Bonking, British word. Steve Peck, the dance instructor, and within 18 months she'd moved on to Mike Stone. So when people blame Elvis for the unfaithfulness, blame Elvis for everything that went wrong, you're wrong, guys. You're wrong. Elvis was a victim. Elvis was a victim of Priscilla. Priscilla, who we all looked at as being this sweet, innocent person that Elvis had befriended in Germany, that there was a perfect romance that went wrong because Elvis took drugs and was unfaithful. This is not true. The relationship did not go wrong because Elvis took prescribed medication. Elvis took medication because he was very unwell. He was chronically sick. He was no drug addict. He was unwell. He was faithful during the marriage. Between 1966, when they got engaged in December, then they got married May the 1st, 1967. For 10 months, Elvis was completely faithful. We know that obviously she got pregnant. They have Lisa Marie. It all seems lovely. It all seems rosy, doesn't it? The beautiful wedding, the beautiful birth. The whole world is watching. Elvis is a proud father. We've all seen the pictures and the footage. Within a few months of the baby being born, Priscilla is having sex with the dance instructor. Come on, guys. So why is Elvis blamed for everything? Why is Elvis blamed for everything? It's so unfair. Why is Priscilla the victim? Why is Priscilla the one that everyone goes, oh, poor you, you know, what you went through. Oh, you were a prisoner. You were suffocated at Gracelands. How did you take all that abuse from Elvis, all the unfaithfulness, when the one who was unfaithful was Priscilla? Now, yes, when Priscilla moved over from Germany to Gracelands, Elvis was living as a single man, but they were not a proper couple. They were not properly together. She nagged to be able to move to Gracelands, and Elvis went along with it after her being very persistent. But Elvis at first had no intention of marriage. Yes, he liked her. He had plans. He wasn't sure how things were going to evolve. He had other girlfriends at first, Anne Margaret and Anita Wood, people like that. So it was all up in the air between 62 and 66. It was all a bit up in the air. Elvis lived as a single man. But the minute he committed, and under pressure from Colonel Tom Parker, from Vernon, from the parents of Priscilla, the minute Elvis really caved in and said, okay, let's get married, he was faithful and loyal. He wanted to be a good father, a good husband. It was only after Priscilla was caught being unfaithful with the dance instructor that Elvis went back to his old ways. Elvis didn't want to sleep with Priscilla after that because she'd been with a man just after the baby was born, Lisa Marie. Elvis didn't want to go near her. This lie that has been invented, that Elvis won't sleep with a woman that has had a baby, is bullshit. It's not true. That has been made up, I think, by Priscilla. It's just bullshit. that Elvis would not sleep with a woman that had a child. The next woman he started seeing, Susan Henning, we see her on the 68 comeback special. She was in Live a Little, Love a Little as well for a bit. Had a child. So this is a myth. Elvis didn't have any problem with sleeping with a woman that had a baby. So don't believe it, guys. Don't believe it. So you get where I'm going. Yeah. So now, years later, we've got Mike Stone bringing out a book, and then he's trying to sell his book. It's pretty obvious that he's done a couple of little interviews with the intention of selling his book. He's trying to clear his name. He's trying to talk to the public to get a bit of approval, because he knows that he's hated. Mike Stone is hated by the Elvis fans. He always has been. He's had 50 years of hate. Now, the one thing I say about Mike Stone is this. He should at least show regret. He should at least say sorry. He doesn't. He doesn't show regret. He doesn't say sorry. He makes excuses. How he treated his poor wife, Frances, was disgusting, with an unborn baby and a small girl. It's disgusting. And he has never apologized. He makes excuse. Now, I don't hate Mike Stone. He's an old man now. He's in his 80s. I don't hate him. But please, Mike Stone, if you ever watch our show, show some regret. Say sorry. Sorry to the fans. Sorry to Frances, your wife at the time. Come on. At least do that. We can all do that. So I'm going to read your comments, and then we're going to start playing the video. Okay, guys? That's my little... so that, you know how I feel. What we do here is not about hate. We are defending Elvis. That's what this is about. Defending Lisa. Defending the bloodline. There's no hate here. Hi, Stacey. Right, let me just try and get... Jenny, remember, we were all brainwashed. We all felt sorry for Priscilla. We all thought she was the victim, that Elvis was in the wrong. We were so wrong. We were brainwashed. Priscilla was the one that was doing the wrong things, not Elvis. Yes, Elvis, when he was single, changed his girlfriends. I think Linda Thompson helped Elvis get over Priscilla. But he was a good-looking man, a beautiful man, a talented man, a lovely man, a very kind, caring, loving, beautiful person. But he would, if things didn't feel right, say with Linda Thompson, he would move on. He would move on. Right, so let's just quickly check your comments, then I'm going to play that video. Yeah, Jenny, I always say this. I hope you might have watched our videos before, Jenny. You probably have. The book is a brainwash, isn't it? This book, I know all of you guys, everything I'm saying now, you've all heard it before. Yeah, this book is brainwashing. It's the biggest scam in history. It's a massive con. Everything in this book has been twisted, exaggerated. This book is full of lies, full of them. We don't know if anything in this book is true. When she talks about being intimate with Elvis in Germany in 1959, we don't know that happened. We don't know. Everything she puts in this book is a scam, is to be treated as a lie, in my opinion. In my opinion, guys. But this book successfully brainwashed the world for 40 years, more or less. This book brainwashed the world, in my opinion, including interviewers around the world, news companies, biography makers, documentary makers, film makers, movie makers, TV drama makers, everything, you name it, this book tricked everyone. So when Jenny says, oh, I used to feel sorry for her, that's because we were all brainwashed. I was brainwashed. I never believed that Elvis, my views on Priscilla have completely changed. I used to feel sorry for Priscilla. Yeah, I felt that she was the victim. I now know it's the other way around. We should feel sorry for Elvis. Jenny, it's nothing to feel bad about. We all did. We all did. Elvis was looking to fall in love and have more kids, but I don't think he would have married Ginger. His love was still waiting for him. I like Ginger Oldham. I like her. But do I think they were actually going to have kids and get married? Don't know. The answer is don't know. So what did Larry just say something? Hi, Larry. Let's have a look. Right, I need to start playing this interview, otherwise we're never going to do it. I believe blood pressure medication paid its to his libido. Oh, libido. Got it. Did she did what she did because she put her needs before her marriage? Yeah, Larry, it's exactly what happened. She wanted to bonk people, shag people. She fancied men. I think it was who asked me this question. It was Ledeye. I don't think she's here. One of our subscribers, and just become a member today. Ledeye, thank you for becoming a member. So guys, if any of you want to become members, it's only $1 a month. It's nothing. Please become a member. But anyway, my point is this. Priscilla, someone said to me, well, come on, why didn't Priscilla stay faithful to Elvis? Someone said this to me. They were being quite serious with me. Why didn't Priscilla stay faithful to Elvis, in 1968 when they just had a baby? Yeah. And I'll tell you why. Because she fancied other men. It's that simple. She had the hots for other men. And we've proved this. Because very quickly she does it again with Mike Stone. Priscilla has spent her life going from man to man to man to man. Now, you may say to me, well, what's wrong with that? I don't agree. I actually think how a person conducts themselves in a relationship, especially when they get older, is important. I think it is important, guys. It's like I've been with my wife for 19 years. I didn't bonk around and sleep around, and we've had 5 kids. I didn't turn my head and start fancying other people. I made a commitment to my wife. We had children. I devoted my life to my wife and my children. That's it. There's no looking around for me. Yeah, that is how people should be. That is not how Priscilla was. That is not. So, maybe I'm being too judgmental, but maybe I'm old-fashioned. But that is morally, that's how I feel. It's just me, guys. I can't help it. Right, so let's quickly read these comments, and then I'm going to try and play it. Oh, it's okay, Larry. Chrissy wanted other men. I don't believe it had anything to do with Elvis's libido. I agree, Emily. I'm with you. She was gagging for men. Gagging. She had the hots for men. Come on. Right. I went to Lisa celebrating his life. My skin crawled. Guys, she's done some serious wrongdoing. I always say this. I don't hate Priscilla, but my God, she has made some mistakes. Some bloody serious mistakes. Not just with men, with money, with Elvis, with Lisa, with Riley, with the twins, with Elvis Presley Enterprises, with Mike Stone's wife, Frances. So much. It's unbelievable the wrongdoing this woman has done. And she's got away with it. And even though it's in the book, isn't it, guys? It's clearly in the book. Lisa said everything. It's always in there. Riley kept it in the book. The public are still treating Priscilla Presley like Elvis. Priscilla Presley is treated like Elvis. It's ridiculous. It's like the whole world has turned upside down. The whole world is turned upside down. They're all bowing down to Priscilla. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Okay, guys. Right, I'm going to start playing it. Otherwise, we're never going to do it. Luckily, this is quite late for me, but luckily I got a bit of energy. So, obviously, the keto diet, the carnivore diet is working. So don't forget, I will quickly just promote it one more time. I really do want you guys to subscribe to our sister channel, Elvis Presley on Keto Diet. Elvis Presley on Keto Diet. This is our sister channel, and we will be posting videos on there. So please support it for me as a favor. Okay, guys? Elvis Presley on keto diet. Elvis Presley fan on keto diet. So thank guys, it's important to me. I've got some plans to do with that channel. We will always run them together. It is a sister channel to this channel. Right. Let's just check. Let's quickly read these comments. Prissy was a bit of a nympho, I think. Always, Josie, always wanted to sleep with men where Elvis liked the company more of conversation. Yes, great comment. Great comment. Elvis was more interested in getting to know you, reading with you, being with you, company, having fun. It wasn't always about bonking everything. I think, if anything, I would say Elvis was bored of sex. When you've got it on a plate, always there, you need more than just sex. You need more. Right, Tony. Scylla was in love with herself and her spotlight. She wants attention from men. Everything she had. Oh my God, the best of the best of the best. She left. Yes. Tony, thank you. Yes. She left the best. Oh my God, all the posts lately I've seen on Facebook of Prissy and Lisa saying how much she loved her daughter. They don't believe Lisa. Come on. It's actions speak louder than words. I ain't falling for it. I'm not for what you've just said. And even when Riley tries to speak highly of Priscilla sometimes, nah, I don't think so, guys. If you were a fly on the wall and you were listening to Priscilla and Riley talking, I think you'd have a shock. I think a lot of arguments are going on behind the scenes. It may even involve the twins. So don't fall for it, guys. We're being hoodwinked. There's another truth. Well, Linda Thomas is it. I've got a lot to say about Linda Thompson. Let's have a look. Let me just get my book. Oh, let me just get my books. So obviously I do have the books, guys. We've got this was sent to me by Linda. Linda, please get in touch with us because you've disappeared. This was sent to me by Linda, and there's a few things in this book that we wish that she didn't say. I do believe that Linda helped Elvis get over Priscilla, but I do think that Linda did make some mistakes. Yeah, and obviously I've got this book as well. It's a beautiful book, well written. I do like Ginger Alden, but I'm not fully convinced that they were one day going to get married and have children. But I think she's a lovely person. So I'm a fan of Linda and Ginger. But they've all made mistakes. They've all made mistakes. So I try to be fair. Right. So we'll do a whole live stream on Linda and on Ginger Alden. Tony, Josie, totally. I bet there's a lot more that she didn't put in the book part 2, and I believe maybe after Scylla passes. Yes, and I keep hearing this. Oh yeah, Jenny, I believe that Linda loved Lisa. I'm not anti-Linda, but there's things that she said. You know, we've got this lovely book here as well that was sent to me. We keep meaning to read it. Jerry Schilling's book. We've got a lot of books, guys. Right. I'm going to start playing this interview. We have to do it. There's 2 parts of it. There's the part where, let me just have a look. There's the part where you can see him. Right. Let's have a look. Let's find where I put it. There's a part where you can see the interviewer and you can see Mike Stone's face. Or there's a part where it's more of a radio interview. Now, I'm going to be honest, guys. Some of the things in this interview you're not going to like. Now, we are doing a review of this. We are going to have to stop and we are going to have to critique it. This is a review. There's 2 parts. This is a short part. So this is a short part. It's only 10 minutes long. The other part is more like 30 minutes. So I'm not sure how much we can get through tonight. So this is part 1. As we're watching it, guys, we will make some comments, okay? So, Right, let's just get things ready over here. It's going to be interesting, but some of the things that are said you're not going to like. Please don't think in any way I'm promoting Mike Stone or his book. I'm anti Mike Stone. I'm anti the book. I don't hate Mike Stone. I want him to apologize. I want him to show regret. And a thank you to the channel that did this interview. Right, are we ready? Let's give it a go.
It was said that Elvis tried to kill him or wanted him killed. Right. Do you believe that? I think at that time, yes, he did. He wanted that to happen.
Now, the one thing that I'm interested in, and I'm sure a lot of the viewers are out there. You, in the book, you talk about the phone call, Elvis. You taking the phone, confronting Elvis because he was threatening you, all this crazy stuff. And I just got to ask you, man, really quick. It baffles. It's like the king of rock and roll versus the king of martial arts. Can you tell us that story really quick?
Okay, let's see what's going to be said, guys. I think this is a shortened version of it, yeah?
Yeah, Priscilla she got a call and she started to cry on the phone. So I asked what she's crying about and she wouldn't answer. And then she was not really talking. She was just listening. And then, 3 or 4 or 5 minutes into the call, she kept crying and crying more. So I said, who is it? And she wouldn't say. And then I said, is that Elvis? And she kind of nodded her head. So I said, give me the phone. And she wouldn't do it initially. I said, give me the phone. So I took the phone from her. And then when I put the phone to my ear, actually what I initially heard was actually heavy breathing. I mean, it was like somebody was having difficulty breathing. And then I said, hello. And then he said, I'm going to come over there and make you beg for your life. I said, what?
I mean, guys, I just want to say that this bit is quite upsetting.
So I said, well,
I think this is quite upsetting, isn't it, guys? Elvis, heavy breathing, saying he's going to make him beg for his life. But I think we have to play it.
I'm not going to run from you ever. You can always find me. You know where I live. So I'm not going to run away. I'm not going to hide. You can always come and find me and you can do what you think you can do. And that was it. I gave her back the phone.
And that was it.
That was it.
You didn't worry about anybody ever coming knocking on your door as henchmen, the Memphis Mafia, Elvis sent us.
Yeah.
You never worried?
Well, there's one thing about worry. It does no good for anyone, especially the person worrying. What are you going to worry about?
True.
No.
Did Priscilla say anything about, hey, he's really crazy. He could send some people, Mike. Maybe we should.
No, I knew that already. I've heard all the stories, so yeah. I knew how he was. I know he has a hot temper. Listen, when you're in that state and everybody is at your beck and call, it's very difficult if you pursue that lifestyle and that doesn't change and everybody's bowing to your every demand, every request, everything that happens, then, I can understand how it's difficult to believe that that's who you are. So, but it's not the truth.
It's not the truth. That's crazy. I got to kiss your ass, Mike. I got to tell you, the king of rock and roll, you went and you went, you know what? Well, you never sat down on it. You're like, hey, I'm here. I'm not hiding. You want me? Here I am. Come and get.
Well, I never looked at him as the king of anything. He was a very talented, gifted, handsome, wealthy guy. But yeah, what am I going to do with that?
No. I think being the king of rock and roll got to his head, and the people he surrounded himself, he got lost. And obviously, in the end, the truth does come out.
Right. So let me I have to say something there. So obviously, that pisses me off. Yeah. Him saying being the king of rock and roll went to his head. I don't like that. I'm insulted by that. Okay, so to the interviewer, I find that quite insulting. And even Mike Stone, when he says, oh, I didn't care that he was the king, what am I going to do with that? He was good looking and had money and was talented, but how does that affect me? The whole attitude is horrible. Both these guys, the way they're talking about Elvis, it's disgusting. Even especially Mike Stone, knowing what we know, that Mike Stone was part of the breakup of poor Lisa Marie, that was dragged away from her father and her home to live with a complete stranger, and then they paraded Lisa Marie around like a nice handbag. Yeah, Lisa Marie was their new object of affection to take for dinners, take to the fair, take shopping, and Priscilla would even kiss Mike Stone in public. So all of that just I find disgusting.
You see how the movie ended for them all. It's very simple, as we said in the beginning.
Yes.
Let me ask you, and here's a personal question. How did your family react to the news of your relationship with Priscilla? Because you were married before, and how did they all take that? And how did you take it?
Well, I took it based on my perception and what I thought was best for me, obviously, very selfishly. They didn't take it very well.
Yeah. But in time, there was healing there with your family afterwards in time?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. If they're really
A second, right? So, you know, I just noticed I just saw, you know, I mean, he starts going, oh, there's healing for your family and all that shit. I'm like, what are you on about? He damaged his family. He was unfaithful whilst his wife was pregnant, whilst Francis was, you know, they were married. They had a small girl as well. His family needed healing. And then this comment that they say it went to Elvis's head. What a joke. What a joke. Elvis was the most mild-mannered person. One thing we can say about Elvis, there's no way anything went to his head. He was very, very humble. He treated everyone as an equal. He never looked down on people. He always wanted to just give away everything. He felt guilty having money, having success. He didn't feel that he deserved the success that he got. So to say, for this gentleman, to say it went to his head, if you watch my review of your interview, my friend, you need to do your research. Elvis, it never went to his head. You are so wrong. Why are you saying it went to his head when he's the victim? Mike Stone and Priscilla are seeing each other for a year secretly around 1971. Yeah, don't forget, they've got a small child, Lisa Marie, who's 2 or 3. Yeah, so how is it fair that you then say, knowing that Priscilla was secretly seeing Mike Stone for a year before it all came out, that it went to Elvis's head? How is that fair? Where does that insult come from? Where does it come from? It's like, hang on a minute. It went to Mike Stone's head. It went to Priscilla's head. It's Priscilla and Mike Stone are the two that he should be saying it went to their head, because Priscilla saw the money, the sex, the men, the new life, the ambition, the career, the possibility of fame, attention, spotlight, making movies, being on TV, being a model, opening a clothing shop. Yeah, Biss and Bo Boutique. It went to Priscilla's head. It went to Mike Stone's head. It did not go to Elvis's head. So please check yourself, my friend. Be careful with the words you say, because that is cruel and unfair to Elvis Presley.
Listen, the same thing happened to me. The choices I made, it happens every day with everybody. Sometimes
right, so this is where he just talks crap now.
So this is not like, oh my God, it's so horrible what he did. No, everybody's doing this. Everybody's doing this every day in every relationship. Things sometimes don't work out for whatever reason. And it's not a matter of blaming whose fault it is. Life is not about faults. Life is about making choices.
Right, hang on. Whoa. Now I keep hearing this from the Mike Stone. I've seen 3 other interviews with Mike Stone. And he comes out with this shit. Mike isn't about making mistakes. Life isn't about making mistakes and blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. This now is where he literally talks out of his ass. Every word he says now is a joke. And this is why I keep saying, bloody say sorry. Show regret. See your wrongdoing. Don't come out with your spiritual guru bullshit. Right. Are we ready, guys?
Reason, and it's not a matter of blaming whose fault.
Here we go. Here we are. Not blaming and whose fault, yeah?
Sometimes 2 or 3 times in their lifetime. So this is not like, like, oh my God, it's so horrible what you did. No, everybody's doing this. Everybody's doing this every day in every relationship. Things sometimes don't work out for whatever reason. And it's not a matter of blaming whose fault it is. Life is not about faults. Life is about making choices.
Full of
and
shit.
When you make a choice, there's going to be an outcome and consequences.
Outcome and consequences, blah, blah, blah.
You have to now think far enough in advance whenever the outcome and decision or the result's going to happen. You got to already anticipate that. So you must be willing to accept the responsibility for your choice.
Right. Outcomes and consequences. Willing to accept the consequences of your choices. So if I run out into the middle of the road, a bus hits me, and I know the bus is there, whose fault is it? This situation, we are talking about human beings. We are talking about Priscilla was married to Elvis. They had a small girl, Lisa Marie Presley. Frances Stone was married to Mike Stone. She was pregnant, and they had a 2 or 3 year old daughter. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about choices, consequences. It's just such bollocks. Does anyone fall for that? And this guy who's interviewing him is just kissing his ass.
Absolutely. Okay,
absolutely.
Here's the news, the passing of Lisa Marie. What went through your mind and emotions when you heard that?
Well, again, I use the word tragic and sad. I mean, it's, yeah, what can you say? But if you understand that life, I just said, if you understand that life are choices that you make, and if you're making choices that people can see the end result, some people are not looking far enough into the future on their choices that they act like it's a surprise. It's not a surprise. You could see it coming. Why? Because her father did the same thing. People around her did the same thing. So people are just living, you can only teach what you know. So in martial arts, for me, I can only teach what I know. I can't.
God, do you know what? Oh. Are we really listening to a man who has lived 80 odd years, a wise man? It's such a load of crap. He messed up as a young man. He was probably in his 20s, maybe early 30s. Yeah. He messed up. A beautiful girl. Priscilla was a stunning, sexy woman. She pushed his buttons, turned him on. He couldn't say no because she was Elvis's wife. Oh my God, Elvis's wife fancies me. He was quite insecure about his looks, about himself. Financially, he felt like a poor person. He said this in other interviews. He couldn't believe that Priscilla fancied him. I can't believe it either, because how can you fancy Mike Stone over Elvis? That makes no sense, does it? Makes no sense. But anyway, there's a possibility there's revenge here. Priscilla was out for revenge. Right. Elvis loves karate. Elvis he puts karate on a pedestal. Elvis really looked up to the world of martial arts. Mike Stone was a champion. I think he won 46 consecutive medals. He was a champion. He was famous in the world of karate. Priscilla chooses this man who she had met before with Elvis at tournaments. I think she saw him in Hawaii once in 1968-9 when they were having their fake wedding, when their fake honeymoon. So my point is that he couldn't say no. He couldn't say no. He's a man in his 20s or 30s. He got turned on by Priscilla's body, her good looks, her sexiness, her charm. She knew how to pull a man. He couldn't say no, even if it was the cost of losing his wife, Frances, his pregnant child, his little girl. But because of Priscilla having the money, the fame, the beauty, the sexiness, he couldn't say no. And then he tries to justify it. This is a man in his 80s that should know better. Come on, guys. We've made mistakes in our lives. We look back on our lives and we go, do you know what? When I was 20, I shouldn't have done that. When I was 18, I shouldn't have done that. I can look back on my life and see the mistakes I made. Yeah. Luckily, nothing serious. But I'm big enough to look back on my life and know that I made mistakes. Why can't Mike Stone look back on his life and go, do you know what? I messed up. I shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. No. Instead, he justifies it. He justifies it. He says, consequences, choices. Come on, Mike Stone. I don't hate you, but grow up. Grow up. You sound childish. You sound arrogant. You sound like you have no regrets. The damage you did to your own family.
Teach beyond my comprehension, beyond my knowledge, beyond my experience. I can't teach that. I don't know it. But if your life, you're exposed to this all of your life, then what do you expect? What do you think the results are going to be different from the choices you made? And that's when people get into denial. So everything is like a surprise. Oh my God, she died so young. It's tragic. Yes, it is. But didn't anybody see this coming? With Elvis before, did Priscilla see it coming? Is that why she left? Did she try everything she could to help him? I think she did. Apparently the other people, you know, they want to continue their relationship and what's happening.
Oh my God, what is that? What is that? He's talking about Priscilla. Did she try everything she could to help Elvis? What is that? She had sex with the dance instructor 2 to 3 months after the birth of Lisa Marie, 10 months after the wedding. What is that? She tried everything to help Elvis. 18 months later, she's having a secret affair with Mike Stone, the karate champion. Where in that is she tried her best to help Elvis? And then when she did manage to get away and drag Lisa with her and take Elvis's child away from him, she then rips him off with 2 horrible divorce settlements. The second divorce settlement almost making Elvis go bankrupt, almost making Elvis lose Gracelands, forcing Elvis to sell his recording rights pre-1973. So how did she help Elvis? How did she try and help Elvis? When Elvis was very unwell in 1977 and he was chronically sick, over-medicated, just before he passed, she was demanding more money. She had a debt placed on Gracelands to guarantee that she gets her installments of payments of money, a very large amount of money, and spousal payments. And she wanted a percentage of Elvis's royalties, his royalties. In 1977, when Elvis was close to death on way too much prescribed medication because he was so sick and unwell, Priscilla was hammering at the door with her lawyers and solicitors, demanding more money and a charge be placed on Gracelands, a lien placed on Gracelands. Yeah? And he's there going, oh, she tried, you know, she just tried to help Elvis. She tried to help him. She really tried to help him. Bullshit. Bullshit. Everything you're saying is bullshit.
There's a reason why they do things, and it may not be harmonious for everybody. It may be agendas that is just for you. I understand that.
Yeah, absolutely. After the breakup with you and Priscilla, did you guys ever bump into each other in the world of Hollywood or no?
No, but I bumped into Priscilla.
So hang on. Before I stop, I want to just comment on Lassika. Welcome to Team Elvis, by the way, because are you new here? Have you watched us before? Remind me what country you're in. But I like your comment. Priscilla, after the release of the book, which we have here, if I can find it. Where is it? Let me see if I can show you the book. This was sent to me by Linda. Thank you, Linda. So this book, Elvis, What Happened? The Betrayal book by the Memphis Mafia, Red West, Sonny West, and Dave Hebler. Now, we know that chapter 2 in this book is horrific. Chapter 2 in this book is horrific. In detail, talks about how upset Elvis was when he found out about Mike Stone. So Lassika's comment says, Priscilla criticized the book for revealing too much detail, which it did. There's actually some nice things in that book, believe it or not. It's a shame that the boys, the Memphis Mafia, the three guys, didn't leave out the bad stuff and just spoke about the nice stuff. That would have been great. It would have been a good book. Instead, it's all about money, all about headline grabbing news to make Elvis look bad so they sell more books. Greed, revenge, bitterness. That's, in the end, that's what the book was about. But my point is that Lassiter says, criticized the book for revealing too much detail. After many years, she records a film about Elvis and the details of his life. And that's exactly correct. So we got the TV melodrama that I think was in 1988, but we've also got the Book of Lies, which completely was an opportunity for Priscilla to rewrite history. Priscilla took her opportunity to rewrite history in this book. All this book is bullshit. It's all lies. And Priscilla found herself in a very confident position in the early 80s where she realized she could say whatever she wanted and no one would disagree. I repeat, in the early 80s, Priscilla realized she could write history. She could invent history. She could say whatever she wants, and all of the interviewers around the world went along with it. All of the general public were very gullible. No offense to the general public in the 80s, but they all fell for it. They all fell for that book, A Book of Lies, that rewrote history. Elvis could not defend himself. Elvis could not stand up and go, that's not true. She wrote a book 7 or 8 years after Elvis had died, and he had nothing to say because he was dead. God rest his soul. So she got away with murder. She literally had a blank canvas. She had a blank canvas, and she could say whatever she wanted, whatever she wanted. And even now in 2025, she can still say whatever she wants, and everyone goes along with it. Why are the public so gullible? Why is it only the Elvis fans that know the truth? Why is it only the Elvis fans that are screaming for justice to expose Priscilla's wrongdoing and lies and neglectful treatment of Lisa Marie, and even now with Riley, and maybe soon the twins? Crazy, isn't it, guys? It's a mad world that's been turned upside down. She wrote Elvis and Me a few years after Elvis What Happened. I think Elvis What Happened was in 77. I think Elvis and Me was 85. But the public were brainwashed. It's that simple. And they fell for it. It's the best scam ever. A very successful scam, that book. Yeah, the book Elvis What Happened did backfire on the Memphis Mafia, but it really was the first book that made Elvis look like a drug addict. Yeah, that's what I say about this book. Before this book, the public weren't really saying that Elvis was an addict. They were saying he was unwell. When this book came out, he was called an addict that wanted to get stoned and get high, get off his head on drugs, which is not the truth. Elvis was very sick, very sick. He had very serious medical problems, very serious, life-threatening. That is why Elvis took so much medication. But this book called him an addict. That is the damage the damage that book done, calling Elvis an addict, a street addict, even though Elvis was against street drugs. Elvis didn't take street drugs. The damage that book did stayed with Elvis till the day he died. And even now, if you go up to the general public and say to them, oh, what do you think of Elvis? They will say he was a drug addict, binging on burgers, who died on the toilet, who was constantly unfaithful to his wife. They even believe that they were still married. Elvis and Priscilla were still married when Elvis died. That is how wrong, how the image and the reputation of Elvis has been completely twisted to a bunch of lies, because everything I just said to you is wrong. Elvis was not an addict. He was not a druggie. It was not him that was unfaithful. It was Priscilla. Yeah. So Everything has been very twisted. And this is why we're called Defending Elvis. Because we want the truth out there, guys. We want the world to know the truth. And we do it by coming on here every day and exposing it. And we do get a bit of a backlash. Not everyone wants us to defend Elvis and tell the truth, but we're going to. That's what we do. Defending Elvis. Fans want the truth. I see the book this way. Elvis was afraid that people would find out about his illness. They decided that maybe he would be treated for addiction if they took the argument away from him. But it was bullshit. They just did the book for money. They were bitter and upset at the way that they had lost their jobs. It was all about money and greed and fame, because the book gave them some fame, didn't it? Suddenly they were center of attention. So there's no excuse for that book. You never write a book about your best friend, even if you fall out with them. Would any of you here, if you fell out with your best friend, would you write a book about him? No way. A good friend does not write a book about his friend, especially if you went to school together, like Red West was in Humes High. I know Sonny was a few years different age, but Dave Hebler, he was lucky that Elvis had anything to do with him. And even now, Dave Hebler, we've got that interview and we are going to review that interview. Even Dave Hebler has never shown regret or said sorry. Dave Hebler never showed regret, never said sorry. In fact, nor did Red West. Nor did Red West. And it's a shame, because I truly believe Red West loved Elvis. I think Sonny West loved Elvis. I'm not so sure about Dave Hebler. It's the way it is, guys. Jenny brings up the burial. Of course, we're all worried and concerned. Priscilla lost the right to be buried next to Elvis the minute she divorced him. The minute Priscilla demanded that divorce, was unfaithful with Mike Stone, demanded the divorce because she didn't give Elvis a choice. She was having her divorce, whether he liked it or not. Mike Stone has said this in interviews. Mike Stone has said Priscilla told him she was having her divorce no matter what. No matter what. So as soon as she divorced Elvis and wanted that divorce and demanded it, she lost her right to be buried next to him. That was it. Game over. So the fact that she calls him the love of her life is a joke. I repeat, the fact that she calls him the love of her life is a joke. Anyone that believes it is stupid. So to you Priscilla fans out there that have been brainwashed, she is not, Elvis is not the love of her life. Do your research. Do your research. Understand each year of Elvis's life, and then you'll understand what Priscilla did to Elvis, that she does not deserve to be buried next to him. She shouldn't even be going around the world promoting Elvis. She left him. She broke his heart. She treated him badly. She was cruel to him. So why is she going around the world promoting Elvis? Why? Elvis didn't want nothing to do with it in the end. Yes, he kept a connection for Lisa, but that was it. Priscilla was bad news. She was bad news. And she still is. And the reason we know that she still is, look at what she did when Lisa Marie died. She contested her wishes to give Gracelands to her grandkids, to her children. Lisa wanted to give Gracelands to her children, Riley, Finley, and Harper. Priscilla tried to stop it. Doesn't that say enough? Lisa Marie has exposed that during Priscilla's parenting, while she was in love with Michael Edwards, Lisa was being abused by Priscilla's boyfriend, allegedly. When you start listening to these facts, you understand there has been some serious wrongdoing from Priscilla Presley. Serious. Almost unimaginable wrongdoing from Priscilla to Elvis. Elvis is the victim. This is why we defend him. He deserves defending because he was a decent man, a Christian man, an honorable, kind, loving, caring, heart of gold man who just cared about everyone else, put himself last, cared about the world more than himself. I'm not an expert on this because I have several thousands of kilometers from the USA and I don't know. Let's have a look. I think she will get her way. Unfortunately, the meditation garden will be toxic then. Well, I hope you're wrong, Jenny. I hope you're wrong. We'll see. I personally think Riley keeps a lot to herself. We don't really know what's happening with Riley. Riley has got an agenda. I do think Riley is a decent person. And I think Riley eventually will try and do the right thing. But at the moment, she's trying to keep Nanny happy. She's trying to keep Nanny happy, isn't she? I have been there 3 times now. The full visit to sit in the medication garden. It won't have the peaceful feeling if she is buried there. I understand that, Jenny. I think thousands and thousands of people will agree with that comment, Jenny. But it was all hard to treat him because Elvis was in isolation of the stars. They sabotaged each other at home. Thanks, Elizabeth. The divorce should have finalized her right to be buried beside him. Definitely, Jenny. Definitely. 100%. The public don't even think they divorced. This is the joke of everything. The public think that Elvis and Priscilla were deeply in love when Elvis died. It's ridiculous. The public think Priscilla is Elvis's widow. This is how blinkered the public are. It's crazy. Crazy. The public think Priscilla did nothing wrong. It's literally unbelievable. And do you know what? When I try and defend Elvis, I did it the other day, actually. I was trying to defend Elvis to someone, a family member, the first thing that the family member said to me, this only happened 3 days ago, actually 2 days ago. The family member said to me, oh, but you know, Elvis was unfaithful, wasn't he? When he was married, he was sleeping around, wasn't he? I laughed. I said, if only you knew. If only you. People don't want to hear it. When I say to people, you do know that it was Priscilla that was unfaithful just after Lisa was born. They're like, nah. I'm like, yeah, she did it twice. She then went on and was unfaithful with Mike Stone as well. Yeah. Do you know that Priscilla was unfaithful months after her baby was born? The baby was still in nappies. Did you know that? People don't want to hear it. They don't believe it.
So one day, she was about, I think, 14. I think she was actually living or staying at Scientology. And we had gone to a movie at Universal Studios. And I had just walked away from getting the tickets. And then I just turned to look back and I saw Lisa. And she was with a young guy. And she turned. We were maybe about 25, 30 feet away from each other. And she turned and she mouthed, I saw her lips move, and she said, oh, that's Mike Stone. And then she turned back, and the guy, he looked around like, where? And she kind of like pointed, but I was already looking at her. But that's the only time I've seen her after. I haven't seen her since, or Priscilla since.
Wow. That's heavy. Now, is there anything that you wish you would have said to Priscilla or would like to say at this point?
This is interesting.
Gee, that's a very, very, very good question.
I haven't heard this bit.
And the thing that I would like to say is probably even for myself, because I made negative choices. I made wrong choices. I did things that hurt some people, which was not my intention. My intention was to make me feel better. So I'm sure she's making choices that she feels is the best for her at this time in her life. So, and I'm the last one to give any advice about anything. So, no, I don't think I would say anything. And even if I did, I don't think she would have taken my advice.
Mr. Mike Stone. Mike, thanks for sharing.
Okay. Well, I haven't heard that. It's the first time I've heard that. He actually shows a tiny bit of regret. A tiny bit of regret. Mike Stone, you actually showed, if you watch my show, you showed a tiny bit of regret. You said, I made mistakes. I hurt people. I'm going to rewind that. I want to hear that again. That's the first time I've heard any regrets. Let's have another listen, guys. I can tell when he's asked the question, he's surprised. Yeah, he's like, he doesn't see the question coming. Now that response, he knows Priscilla's going to watch this. Yeah, remember, guys, there's a chance that he's still in love with Priscilla. Seriously, there's a chance that he is still in love with Priscilla, because he almost is blushing. Seriously, guys, I see him blushing a bit. He mentions Priscilla. Is there anything you'd want to say to Priscilla? Any of you think that? Please in the comments. Do any of you think he's blushing? Honestly, guys, I know men. He's blushing. I think you're right, Larry. Now let's really listen to this. This is the only time I have ever heard him show regret.
That's a very, very, very good question.
Would like to say at this point.
You know, since or Priscilla.
Right, let's really listen to this, guys.
Wow, that's heavy. That's heavy. Now, is there anything that you wish you would have said to Priscilla or would like to say at this point?
See, he's blushing now.
Gee, that's a very, very, very good question.
He doesn't expect it.
And the thing that I would like to say is probably even for myself, because I made negative choices. I made wrong choices.
Negative choices, wrong choices.
Hurt some people, which was not my intention. My intention was to
hurt
make me
people.
feel better. So I'm sure she's making choices that she feels is the best for her at this time in her life. So, and I'm the last one to give any advice about anything.
He's guys, he's blushing.
I don't think I would say anything, and even if I did, I don't think she would have taken my advice.
Mr. Mike Stone. Mike, thanks for sharing your incredible journey with us today. And everybody else, make sure you check out Mike Stone's book, My Time with Priscilla and Lisa Marie Presley. Links are in the description. And just click right above here.
Well,
and
you know,
Mike back again.
let's
make sure you post.
So that was, guys. So that I've got part 2 of that interview. I'm not going to do that now because I don't have time. But he actually says he hurt people. He hurt people. I made bad choices. A little bit surprised. A little bit surprised. I also think he's still in love with Priscilla. Does anyone here think he's still in love with Priscilla? Remember, she dumped him. She dropped him like a rock. Once she had her use from him to degrade Elvis, to embarrass Elvis, to get revenge on Elvis, because I believe that she got revenge on Elvis. Yeah. She dropped him like a rock, which has probably made him feel very stupid. Then he had 50 years of hate because the public never accepted the fact that she ran off with Mike Stone. Interesting, guys. Interesting. So, right. So we're going to finish up now. I just want to read your last few comments. But we're going to do a part 2 tomorrow, I think. I've got the other part of the interview. I think the other part of the interview is a radio interview. It does have similar questions. Some of it might be the same. So, I mean, Linda, deep down, is a human being? Is there some regret? Is there? I find that hard. I didn't expect that ending. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I didn't expect the ending where the guy asks him about Priscilla. What would you say to Priscilla? And then I didn't expect that reaction where he sort of goes a bit coy and goes silent for a few seconds, tries to think of what to say, and then he goes, well, you know, I made bad choices. I hurt people. I think that the I hurt people, isn't that him trying to talk to his children, the unborn baby at the time, the 3-year-old daughter? Isn't that him reaching out? He knows that they're going to watch this interview. He knows Priscilla will watch that interview. His children will watch it, won't they? I know they're grown up now. Yeah. But I see something there. I see the glimmer of an apology. Mike Stone, if you're watching my show, I see the glimmer of an apology. The glimmer. That, like, itsy bitsy, titsy weeny, beanie weenie. Come on, we're all human, aren't we? Right, so take care, Lasika. Thanks for joining us. Say you're sorry, douchebag. Tony, yeah, you tell him. I want him to say sorry. I want him to show regret. That's why I'm almost begging for it to come out of his mouth. He doesn't quite say it, does he? He doesn't quite say it. It's like it's like the teeniest apology I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. So I think when we watch part 2 tomorrow, guys, I think it's gonna be interesting. Yeah. I think part 2, we'll do it tomorrow. I think it'll be interesting. Chris, Stone is sorry for his choices. He was pursued and gave in. But Chris, I agree with that. He was pursued and he couldn't resist her. I honestly believe that. He literally lost everything because he wanted to bonk Priscilla. It's that simple. Elvis's wife. He wanted to bonk Elvis's wife. He was a weak man. He was a weak man. And Priscilla took advantage of him. I really believe Priscilla chewed him up and spat him out. She chewed him up and spat him out. It must have felt hell losing his father after being abused at a tender age like that. She probably never really recovered from that. Chicky Blue, you're so right. When we think about poor Lisa Marie and what she went through at the hands of Michael Edwards, it just, it drives us all crazy, doesn't it, guys? So Chris, Stone tries not to have a conversation about her. Yeah, the interviewer was soft on him. You know, I mean, like, was being too nice to him. I think he threw that question in at the end. It's probably the only decent question he asked. Right at the end. The whole interview I find a bit wishy-washy. Then you get that bit right at the end, which is very telling. Very telling. Because he doesn't admit anything, does he? He doesn't want to take responsibility for any of his wrongdoing. He doesn't. All the way through the interview, he's like, oh, yes, you know, consequences and choices and, you know, people this, people that. No, but right at the end, I'm sorry I hurt people. I made mistakes. Yeah? They both made wrong choices. Well, come on, guys. It's Priscilla that made all that happen. It is Priscilla that made... All right. All right. The guy who done the interview is here. I've only just seen you. Hi, my friend. What shall I call you? Stefan, yeah? Stefan, I've given you a hard time, haven't I? I did tell Stefan, I did tell him that I was going to review his interview. I hope I haven't offended you. Oh, I am quite brutal. Look, I'm blushing now. I am quite brutal. I've got very strong views about Mike Stone. I don't hate him. I've got strong views. I've always wanted Mike Stone to show regret, to say he's sorry, and to admit the wrongdoing that he did to his poor wife. I've always wanted him to do that. So he didn't until right at the end when you asked that question, right at the end when you said, do you want to say something to Priscilla? I saw something in Mike Stone right at the end. I thought, oh, he wants to say sorry. He wants to admit he did wrong. He wants to say he shouldn't have hurt people. I saw it at the end. And I don't hate Mike Stone, by the way. I do not hate him. He's an old man now. He's had 50 years of punishment at the hands of the public, hasn't he? He's been hated for 50 years for being part of the split of Priscilla and Mike Stone. You know, Elvis, Lisa Marie being taken away from her father. So he's had enough punishment. I don't hate Mike Stone. I have messaged Mike Stone directly as well, so he knows my feelings. Mike Stone does, so yeah. So DM me. Let's do a show together. Well, I'm quite happy to speak openly to anyone. Obviously, the name of our channel is Defending Elvis Presley. So we come from that point of view always, because we feel that Elvis has been wronged. We feel Elvis has been wronged. So we feel Elvis's image and reputation has been twisted. We feel that this is a book of lies. We feel that this, let me just get the other book, if I can find it. We feel that Lisa Marie's book is truth. This book exposes truth, yeah? And we believe Lisa. So we think Priscilla has done some serious wrongdoing. And unfortunately for Mike, he was used by Priscilla and she spat him out. She chewed him up, spat him out, dropped him like a rock. So he has been mistreated as well. So I hope send me a link to come on. How do I do that? I just want you to know, Artist on Record, Stefan Adika. I've never done a link with anyone ever. I don't even know how to do it. How do we do it? The full episode is airing on Friday. Well, Stefan, I was going to do it tomorrow. I was going to do part 2 tomorrow of the review. And let me just show you what part 2 is. Let me just get it. I put it on my thing. I was going to do it tonight, but we didn't have enough time. Let's have a look. Yeah, this one. Stefan, let me just show you.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Artist on Record.
So Stefan, I was going to do a review on this tomorrow. I don't. You can send Stefan. You can send me a link. I've never done one ever. I don't know how to do it. Yes, I'd be happy. I'd happily do a link with you. So I'm just trying to read the comments. Put your point across, Louis. Artist is on the channel. Yes, Angel. So I can send you a link to you now in your email. Yeah, I'll type my email. Now remember, I've never done this before. Quite happy to do it. I find it really interesting. Let's have a look. I'm not computer savvy. I am not computer savvy. Right. There's my email. So, Stefan, are you saying that right now here on this live stream, we're able to have a link? So I've never done it. I'd love to. Do it. Tell your option. Oh, yeah, no, I'm happy. I'll enjoy speaking to Stefan. What, Stefan, can I ask you, what country are you in? In case you don't know, Stefan, we have Team Elvis here. We meet every day, twice a day, most days. We do live streams. We discuss anything Elvis, anything related to Elvis. Of course, the Memphis Mafia, Dr. Nick, Priscilla, all the books. We've got hundreds of books. And oh, you're in the USA. So I'm in Southwest UK. I'm near Bristol. Yeah. I've been a fan for over 50 years. Now, believe it or not, I never used to. I was brainwashed. I actually believed. Let me get the link. I actually believed that Priscilla had done no wrong. It's only really in the last year I've started. The Elvis fans started to message me and say to me, "Do you know that Priscilla has done some serious wrongdoing to Elvis?" And I was like, I was a bit defensive at first. I was like, "What wrongdoing? What?" And then bit by bit, people started explaining to me. I was researching, and they were making me when I started learning about many of the things in this book are lies. And so when I started doing a proper research, understanding what had gone on from 1959, when Elvis first met her briefly. Elvis met Priscilla briefly for a matter of months in 59, then didn't see her for nearly 2 years. I started to understand, oh, there's more to this. There's more to this, yeah? I started thinking, so then I found out about all of the financial wrongdoing to do with Barry Siegel, the way Barry Siegel and Priscilla ripped off Lisa Marie in around 2015. So then I started understanding about Elvis Presley Enterprises and what went on then. And then I started learning about the divorce settlements, 2 of them with Priscilla and Elvis. And then I started understanding that Priscilla did not save Gracelands. Priscilla did not, it was not her idea to open the Living Museum. And we were finding documents and proof that proved that Priscilla did not come up with the idea for the Living Museum of Gracelands. She did not save Gracelands. Then we start understanding about the wills. When Elvis died, Elvis did not want Priscilla in his will. Then we understand a bit later when Vernon dies, that Vernon under pressure, had no choice but to make Priscilla co-executor on behalf of Lisa Marie. So bit by bit, we start, all right, there's more to this. Just sent the link to show will be shared on my platform and yours. When you say platform, I'm not sure what you mean. I'm just looking here. Look, something's come up. So, all right. So what do? I click it. Do I click my phone or Stefan? Stefan? Is it Stephen or Stefan? Do I do it on the phone? Let's have a look. Now remember, I've never done this before. Do I click the link on my phone? Stefan, do I click the link on the phone? I'll show you. So there's a link up here. Shall I just press it? Yes. I've never done this. I don't know what's going to happen. So I press allow. Yeah. I'll just show you what I'm doing. This is quite interesting, this is. Let me turn the volume up. It says open stream app. I don't even know what I'm doing. All right, then it says that. It says that. Shall I? It probably wants me to open an account, doesn't it? Guys, you know I'm useless. Let me see if I can get the app. Oh my God, it's because I don't know my password. That's an annoying thing. Let's just try, see what happens. Let's put a password in. I'm just putting the password in to see if it allows me to download the app. Right. Okay, it's downloading the app at the moment. I've never used Zoom. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't use anything. I use my PC. Right, here we are. Look, I've just opened it. Look, something's happening. My face has come up. Display name, Louis. There
you are, Louis.
It's working.
Hold it this way, Louis. Hold it this way.
So,
hold it this way.
Guys, do you want me to face it to the people?
Now listen, Louis, listen.
Yeah.
Listen really quick.
Nice to meet you.
What I'm going to do is
Oops.
everybody could watch it very clear.
Yeah. I'm learning.
If they come over to my channel,
Right.
I'm going to put it where this link will share to your channel, so it'll broadcast on your channel too.
Can you hear me, guys?
Shut off if you want what you're on now. Have all your viewers resubscribe or come on to this platform, and it'll go to your platform. Mine. Does it make sense?
Can you hear this, guys? So how do they do that?
Hold on. Let me lower you. I got your voice. Hold on 1 second.
Let me bring the camera nearer.
Now I hear you. You hear me, Louis?
Yeah, let me bring the camera nearer so that.
Okay. So let's do this. I didn't go live yet, but what you could do is, this is what I did with Mike Stone. I had to prep him and teach him how to do this.
Yes.
I'm a little soft, you know. I know you bust my chops. I get it, Louis.
Were you watching the whole interview?
No, I saw your email and you wrote to me, and I wasn't gonna write back, and then I saw you're a legit person. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, and whatever we could do, we could promote each other. I have a lot of Elvis stuff, and then I like having a friend.
I'm very respectful. I'm good mannered.
No,
I'm good mannered.
Bust my balls anytime. Don't be respectful.
Did you watch did you watch much of it though?
I'm going to tell you right now. Hold on. Let's see this. Okay. So if you go in, let's see. I want to try to get this to sync your channel too. So hold on, Louis.
I'm just trying to make sure that my subscribers are in on it.
Well, if they come to my channel, they could see it clear, like really good.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I just don't know how they do it.
Just tell them to go on YouTube to Artist on Record.
So guys, right? So, do you want to go over to the Artist on Record on YouTube and then see if we can link up?
But yeah, there's a way to link it up, Louis. And hold on, I'm trying. I think it's on your end. Hold on, because I have a setting. Because I do shows where we could co-promote my other buddies of mine.
Yeah, I always love a debate. Me. What time is it where you are?
It's 2 o'clock, so I have a good 30 minutes till I get my pin. So you could bust my balls, and I'll tell you I'll defend myself. Hold on.
It's fine.
Let's see how I could do this. Recorded audio. Okay, you're on your iPhone, so you're not on your computer, so you really can't mess with everything.
With you, I'm on the iPhone. Obviously I'm using the laptop. Yeah.
Okay, you could stay. Listen, you could keep that open right now where you're at.
Yeah.
But if your viewers want to chat with us, if they come over to my channel too, they'll be able to chat and see us good together.
Yeah. Do you want? I mean, I was
just. They don't have to. They could stay where they are. It's okay.
I think. Do you know what? I think it's easier that we do it like this for this time, because I think all.
No, you're not getting no information. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go live with Louis, and let's just see. Just tell them if they want to check it out. Yeah.
Now they can hear what you're saying. They're listening to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go live. Everybody, Artist on Record, Adika.
Are you listening, guys?
Come over to my channel. Subscribe to the channel. And if you hate it, then unsubscribe. I don't really care. I just want you to be my friend like Louis' friend. But I'm going live right now with Louis on my channel. And hopefully this is going to crisscross. If Louis knows how to press a link, he could put it on his channel too, but he doesn't know.
No.
He doesn't know technology.
No.
I don't know how to interview. Louis completely doesn't know technology.
No.
I didn't have a channel like this. But let's go live on my channel. Everybody, come to Artist on Record. My last name
guys?
is Adika, A-D-I-K-A.
Yeah.
Right now, you don't have to subscribe. Just come over there. You can see it clear. I'm going live just for you and Louis because I like Louis. He's British.
So do they?
He talks British, and I think Yiddish. It all starts now. Let's go over here.
Do they? So do they just have to go to your channel and click on the live link? Yeah. I don't know what that is, but.
Welcome everybody to Artist on Record, your ultimate intimate conversation with your favorite artist. Right now, I have on the hot seat an Elvis guy. I got things on my face. He loves Elvis. He has a YouTube channel. We're going to meet him, and we're going to subscribe to his channel, and hopefully his people come to my channel. I am Stefan. You guys are beautiful. This is very rare. Who knows what good. Welcome, Louis, from somewhere in England, London. I don't
Near
know.
Bristol. Near
It's a
Bristol.
great accent, so check him out. Louis, welcome to the show.
Hi guys, I am Louis. It's Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. And me with Team Elvis. We've got thousands of subscribers. We come together every day and we defend Elvis Presley because we feel that Elvis's image and reputation has been ruined by lies, but from many different people. Unfortunately, one of them is Priscilla Presley. We don't come from hate, we come from love. There's no hate. We have strong opinions. We want to expose the truth to defend Elvis and Lisa Marie and the bloodline.
I like that, Louis. Louis, it's nice to meet you. Okay, really quick, for my viewers, I'm going to do something. What is the name of your channel? And I'm going to put a link when this is over so they get a hyperlink or click to you. What is your channel?
Okay, we are called Defending Elvis Presley.
Defending Elvis Presley.
Yeah, that's the name of our YouTube channel. And we're on TikTok and Instagram as well.
You know what? I like the debate. And I wish I knew we were going to do this because I've been more prepared.
It's fine.
Make it look better. We could do it again.
Yeah, this is only part one.
Part one. Okay, check it out. My name is Stefan. My channel is Artist on Record.
Okay.
Okay, my last name Adika. It's a very nice channel. And
Nice to meet you, Stefan.
Music from the 60s to the 50s, 60s,
Yeah.
everything up to the 90s. I just had Dion DiMucci on my show. You know
Yeah.
Dion? Dion and the Belmonts?
Yes, I know Dion. Yeah, I've played some of his music. I'm into 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Yeah, I was a DJ. I was a DJ for 26 years. Yeah.
Right on. Okay. So how I met you, Louis, is I interview people, mostly musicians. I was a musician. I used to play with guys from Guns N' Roses, play with the guy from the Ramones.
Yeah.
But I do this channel now.
Okay.
So really quick, I happened to have in the past for Elvis fans had Billy Stanley on the show.
Yeah.
Mindy.
I know Billy. I know Mindy.
Mindy, really.
Yeah. I'm friends with Mindy.
Me too. Tell Mindy you know me.
Yeah.
I speak to her all the
She's
time.
lovely. She's lovely.
Love. I had Steve Binder on the show.
Yeah, I know Steve Binder.
Okay, so I just happened to have Mike Stone.
Yeah, I have spoke to Mike Stone before. Yeah, I've messaged him on Facebook and he has replied to me.
He has replied. He's very good like that. So
yeah.
To be clear, I don't know what you were saying about the channel, but I did 2 interviews with Mike. One that supposedly we had a scrap because Mike didn't like some of the stuff on it.
Yeah, he is defensive. He is.
He's very careful with his words. So respectfully, what I did a different interview, which you saw. But when I did that interview, I was in a rush because I had to get my kid. Okay, so I was a little soft on some of the questions. I'll tell you why. Yeah. Because when you're dealing with a situation like this and a man like Mike who's been attacked, you can't go so hard because he won't open up to you. I agree. I have watched all of his recent interviews. I have watched half of your part 2. This is the other one that doesn't show his face. That is more of just a vocal interview. And I was going to play the second part tonight, but because it's so late in England, I thought I'll make it a part 2 and I'll do part 2 tomorrow. So I do understand that the interview that I played just now for Team Elvis, because they're called Team Elvis, yeah, was only about 6.5 minutes long. So I know that was a shortened version of your longer version. So is there another part to come out? There is tomorrow. I got about 30 minutes coming out at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with video, not just audio. Now, really quick, before we go anywhere, we're going to talk a little bit. I want to say hello to all the people here. There's people, my people, your people. Check this out. Look, right here. Songbird, hi. Hello there. And please subscribe to my channel. And if you're not a subscriber to Louis' channel, subscribe.
Songbird is one of Team Elvis.
Okay, Songbird, very nice to meet you. Robbie Detroit's here. Good to see you, Robbie. Right here, this Jane Elvis Presley is the best forever. Hi.
Yes, Jane is one of us.
Hopefully she will become one of mine. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I hope so. Let's see. Oh, she says, hi, Louis. Songbird.
Hi, Jane. Hi, Songbird.
Good community here. Songbird.
Oh, they're brilliant. They're brilliant.
You got Mike. You know what? Here's one of my people. beautiful girl. Right? Tara, we love you. Hi, Tara.
Hi, Tara. Nice to meet you.
That's one of Adika's angels right there. She's great.
Yeah. And we come from love here. There's no hate here. When we debate these quite serious topics, yeah, it's never hate. It's always. Go ahead.
Promise me one thing. You subscribe to me, I'll subscribe to you, and I want to do more.
I think I've already subscribed to you already. I think. You know, I've messaged you twice. Yeah, I messaged.
I got one of your messages, but I didn't know it was you. Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Really quick to the people here. We got Karen Thomas. Hi, Karen.
Karen, it's one of our guys.
Karen, good to meet you, Karen.
She's lovely.
You know, okay, defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth.
That's us.
I'm going to tell you guys a secret right here. I have a friend of mine who used to be married to Lisa Marie, Michael Lockwood.
Michael Lockwood, yeah. You know what? I know so little about Michael Lockwood. All I know is that he's Finian Harper's father, and it's a very, very complex story, isn't it, with Michael Lockwood?
It's a complex, but he's a musician. I met him when I first came to LA.
Yeah.
Because I played music. We were in the same scene.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
I've done the history with Michael Lockwood. I'll be honest with you, he's not very popular with the Elvis fans. I'll be honest with you.
I know. And I don't want, you know what, Elvis fans, I totally get where people are coming from over here. Let me say this, Jenny Blue. Hey, Jenny, I'm here. There you are, honey. How you doing?
Hi, Jenny.
And Elvis fans are very passionate. And
They sure are.
And they're great fans, you know. And just
Very loyal.
As me interviewing Mike Stone, you guys all out there watching, as I click your name, I wasn't trying to disrespect us. I'm a huge Elvis fan. As a matter of fact, look at this. I got TCB tattooed on my arm.
We love that.
I love Elvis.
But there was, you know what? There was one thing you said that I thought. Did you hear when I sort of reacted to it? There was one thing that it was like Elvis had. Oh, I'm trying to remember the sentence you used. Let me try and think what it was. It was like it went to his head. Fame had gone to his head, and me knowing all the facts that I know, that jolted me, because I thought if you knew all the facts that led up to why they split up. I don't know if you know. Did you know that Priscilla was unfaithful to Elvis? 3 months. Yeah.
Was it a dancer she was with?
Yeah, the dance instructor. But this happened.
Wait, hold on. Louis, I know these things. But you know what? I'm just talking about Elvis himself. When you come, because I played in a band with different people. I played with the guy from the Ramones.
Yeah. I like the Ramones.
Dee Ramone. I played until he died.
Yeah.
Anyway, really quick, I gotta tell you something. When you play with these people and meet these people who are bigger than life,
yeah,
it doesn't matter. You know what? It's not disrespect. Please, everybody, I'm from Brooklyn, so if I say anything wrong, don't get mad. This is I've come from.
They won't get mad. They won't get mad, guys.
My favorite bands is Elvis. Well, not a band. He's Elvis, but the Beatles and the Stones. I'm the 60s and 50s. And Mojo.
Me too. I am obsessed with the Beatles. Like, I discovered the Beatles and Elvis in the 70s, and I'm 57 years old. I'm 2 hours from London. Yeah.
Dude, maybe we can meet up. I'm supposed to go in the summer to see Oasis play.
You're gonna love me. I was friends with Liam and Noel. I've got pictures to prove it. I went out and got drunk with Liam and Noel in Cardiff in 1997. And they were Liam was sat on my lap. Noel was doing his thing.
You know, we got to talk. Okay,
look on my Facebook. You'll see me with pictures with my arms around them, and I'll send
you all links. I got to see it.
They were number one. They were number one in the charts. You know the album they released with the helicopter going round? Yeah. They were number one when I met them. And the reason I met them is because when I was DJing, I own my own nightclubs. I had 5 nightclubs. Yeah. When I was DJing, I needed a bodyguard because I was getting a lot of grief. You may know that DJs get hassled. Yeah. And the bodyguard that I employed was working for Liam and Noel for 5 years. So his name's Gary White, yeah? And he once said to me, look, I'm going to take you up to meet Liam and Noel. I didn't believe him. And one day he said, right, we're going to meet him today. And they were playing in Cardiff in the UK in 97. You look it up, the dates will match. And he took me into this tiny little backstreet bar small as a little kitchen. It wasn't a big bar. It was a very rough bar. And he took me to the bar, and Liam and Noel were stood either side of me. Couldn't believe it. And then even when he took me into the concert, the arena, I was right at the front, stood with the security guards as well. It was amazing. Liam amazing.
Liam has a TCB tattoo too.
Yeah, yeah.
See that?
Yeah. So when I say friends, I wasn't friends. I was, because I knew Gary. He got, it was him that got Liam and Noel to come out and meet me and sit with me. And then we ended up, they liked JD and Coke. We ended up having a drink, and I never saw them again after that. I met them through that time. Then they went off and carried on with their lives.
Well, yeah, and they became what they became.
Yeah,
I want to thank Linda. Thank you very much for subscribing. Very sweet of you. Okay, so I just got to. We're talking about Elvis. So I said something today. I could offend the community. I don't mean to. What I meant about the head. See, when you get that much fame, and Elvis had so much talent.
Yeah.
He came from nothing, and he became something so big. But you do build, and you have these yes men around you.
Yeah.
Those are the bad people. That's the answer.
I get it. I don't think Elvis is an angel. I don't put him on this pedestal up here like he's a god. I know he made mistakes. He was a human being. Yeah. I completely understand. He loved women as well, and he made mistakes. But when the one thing I do believe about Elvis is that no matter how famous he got, he always stayed down to earth, humble. He was always humble. It doesn't matter who you were, what nationality you were, what color you were, what country you were, how poor you were, how rich you were. He treated everyone the same. So when you said the comment of, I think fame went to his head, you completely got Elvis wrong. Yeah, completely.
Well, I probably, and I say things, and it's like John Lennon said. I said what I said, but I didn't mean, anything. But I didn't mean he was better or greater. I mean, it didn't mean fame got in his head. I think the people around him, the pills he was taking, his life, maybe not the fame, just the situation.
Yeah, but that I've done a lot of research into why Elvis took medication. Yeah, prescribed medication. He was very, very unwell. He was a sick man, even as a child. And as he got into his 30s, everything went wrong. His colon, his liver, his lungs, his heart, obviously blood pressure, blood sugars. He was sick. So he was a desperate man looking for help, looking for medication. He turned to his doctor because he had nothing else to turn to. Yeah. So what do you do when you go to your doctor for pain relief? He even had arthritis. He was in a lot of pain.
He was in a lot. I know, and people don't realize that. And, you think about this guy. The 68 comeback special. That's my favorite. Everybody has a certain favorite Elvis. But I'll tell you one thing. Not to go. My favorite Elvis is when he got into that's the way it is. He looks so handsome. He looks so cool.
Yeah. I love them all for different reasons.
But that's my favorite. The Wonder of You.
Yeah.
That's a great song.
Elvis in '69, after the '68 comeback, he then went and did the Vegas comeback, and he was so fantastic and slim and fit looking.
It was
people.
Nobody can beat anything. Now the full interview, Mike comes on. He's very careful what he says.
Yeah.
And he even says on the third part 3, it's going to be the video. I have it. Where the full ones are my members only, but he Mike then talks about what he's doing. Yeah. So Elvis fans don't really want to hear about all that stuff. They want Elvis stuff. But Mike didn't want to really talk that much about Elvis. So when I did the first
I can tell.
when I did the first one, he went really off.
Right.
So you gotta be
That'll be interesting. Now in
careful with Elvis World, because Priscilla will come after people.
Well, I've done a lot of videos about Priscilla, hundreds. And in every video I do about Priscilla, I always say, I don't hate you. I always say, I just want you to apologize. I want you to admit wrongdoing. Priscilla has never admitted wrongdoing, ever. Never. You may get an early 1980s interview where she says, I was with Mike Stone. She has never admitted the Steve Peck affair, ever. Never. Yeah. Everything is Elvis's fault, and this is the mistake Priscilla made.
Okay, let me say something. So Mike comes on the show because he felt like, he was a nothing to her.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And I addressed in an interview 4
Yeah.
years with.
Mm.
Come on, what's the deal? What's the 4 years you with her? You with Elvis's kid? You know, his book he doesn't talk bad about them in the book. I don't know if you read the book. I got the book here.
I know the book. I haven't read it. No.
It's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And, you know, and this is Mike's thing. I don't think Mike is lying. I don't know Mike very well. I just met him.
Yeah.
I'm in contact with him.
I would say the opposite. He's too honest. I would say Mike's very honest. Yeah.
I think he's honest, but then he doesn't open up when I ask him the questions because he did leave his wife, who was pregnant at the time.
Yeah, and they had a small girl as well.
They had a small girl, but I didn't want to go so hard.
Yeah.
Because I wanted him to open up too, to feel safe.
Yeah.
Too hard. What are you gonna do?
I felt that he blushed when you threw that question in right at the end, which actually won me over because that was what I wanted. A question.
What was that?
It was, what would you say to Priscilla? Yeah, that was my favorite question because he blushed. He blushed and went quiet, and then he went, "Oh, I hurt some people. I made mistakes." That's the first. I've never heard Mike Stone show any regret or ever say he hurt people. I've never heard him do it. I've heard him be very brash. He talks about the law of attraction, so he'll be like, you know, consequences for your actions. You know, in life, no one should control anyone. You know, we make our own choices. That to me is denial. That's just making excuses. What I've always wanted Mike Stone to do, because I personally think Mike Stone has been punished enough. I think he's had 50 years of hell. You know, he left the country. This is how serious it was. Yeah. My point is, I think he's in his 80s. The man's had enough pain. He's paid his price for the decision he made. Now, Priscilla was a very sexy, beautiful woman. Almost no man would resist Priscilla. One of the most beautiful women and sexiest women that's ever lived. Yeah. Elvis's wife. Mike Stone was never going to say no to her. She went after him. She chose him. She made a beeline for him. He was not going to stand up to it, even though he was married with a pregnant, her name was Frances Stone, yeah? Pregnant with a small child. Priscilla was so sexy, and come on, us men can be pretty stupid when it comes to women, yeah? Especially in our 20s and 30s. I'm 57, yeah?
I'm 57 too.
Yeah, same age. There we are. I'm a Cancerian, born in July, but...
I'm born July 11th.
Oh my God, I'm July 10th. That's just crazy.
Come on.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Dude, I don't know. There's a connection.
It's madness.
July 11th.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Wow.
my point is that I think even me, a 30-year-old Louis, yeah, because I was single back then, but I don't think I would have been able to say no to Priscilla. She was too sexy. It's Elvis's wife, yeah, and
Too sexy.
she was all over him. She was all over him. So I get it I get the fact he slept with her. Yeah. I don't get the fact that he then made the decision to go along with leaving Frances, even though his wife's pregnant. Come on. I would never have done that to a woman, ever. I would never leave a woman that's carrying my baby. And this was the mistake. This was the mistake. She was pregnant. No matter what, whether they were unhappy or not, if it was a difficult marriage, you don't leave your pregnant wife. You don't do it.
You know, as we get older, we learn more. And when I was younger, I wasn't so thinking about others. But now, being an older guy at my age, and
You're right, guys.
having a little daughter, it's hard. I don't like the old stuff. And now I think maybe if Elvis would have lived, maybe he would have came to his moments too, and say, hey, you know,
Look, we made mistakes. I was
we all make mistakes. Nobody's an angel. But
No.
I'm just trying to share something with you right now. Let me see if I can put some of the unedited episode right now for you guys to see.
So the problem is they're only seeing a phone. I can bring the camera to the phone.
They come on my platform. They want to see us better. But I'm going to play.
There we are. Look, I'll bring it right up close. I'll bring it right close.
Let's see if I could do this. Hold on. Well, whoever there's people.
I'll put it on a stand. I'll put it on a stand, and I'll bring it right close to it.
Don't do that. Don't do that. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
No, what I'm trying to do is so that the viewer, the subscribers watching me now, yeah, I'm just trying to do it so they can see you close up. See that? They can now see you close up now.
And now I can't see your handsome face.
I can. Well, I can.
Okay.
I'll angle it. I'll angle it. So we get a bit of all of us.
Hold on, Mike. Mike, do me a favor.
Okay, no, here we are. There we are.
I'm calling you Mike right now. Hold on 1 second. Let me do this. Just put it the way it was for a second because I want to.
So we were like this just now.
Yeah. All right. Do that. Keep it there. Let me see if I can put some of this really quick. Okay. All right. So that is some of. This is going to be the video for tomorrow.
Okay.
For everybody watching, that's from Mike's page. And if you're on my page, I appreciate you being here. You don't have to subscribe to the channel. If you
they will do.
Subscribe. But this is for the audience. I appreciate everybody's here. Songbird, Lorna Brown, good to see you guys here. Thank you for coming. Thank you guys for all love your glasses, Stefan. Thank you so much. Thank you. And everybody who's our age or even older than us, happy birthday. If I missed your birthday, good to see you. Emily, 66.
We've got people here in Memphis. Right now, watching right now.
So really quick, this is the interview I did with Mike, and there's some stuff you might have seen, some stuff you haven't seen. Whatever I say here, you guys don't get mad at me. I was, I get in the heat of the moment. I say things. I'm not here to upset anybody, but this is
don't worry.
Unedited video. Check it out.
Yeah.
I just found 30 pictures I took of Priscilla. That when I called home, they went to the storage and found this short album. And these are personal pictures that I've taken of Priscilla. And my God, with no makeup, she is such a gorgeous woman, just naturally beautiful. So she didn't need anything to enhance her appearance. But at some point in her life, apparently she wasn't satisfied with that. So when you start changing your physical appearance and the way she looks now, that's again, you can say it's tragic and it's sad because somebody so naturally beautiful, don't they sad? Don't they know in their heart that it's who they are inside that is the beauty? It's not the exterior look. So, it's very sad. It's very sad.
It's very sad. And I know I spoke with you before. I went to Graceland and just we're fascinated as fans of the music and all that. Now, do you see this clip yet?
I think this is in the clip. I think this is in your part 2, but not with his face. I think it's just showing the black screen.
Do I talk about Graceland and the taste you get? It's a little depressing when I walk
No, I haven't seen that bit.
This is it. I don't know. Anybody watching, disclaimer. Listen, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I don't want to upset nobody. I'm just being clear.
Yeah, don't worry. We don't think you're upsetting anyone. It's fine.
Okay, so here you go. Here's a part. Check this out. All that, but when you go to Graceland, there is a bad taste on your taste buds when you walk out because you see Lisa Marie, you see her son next to her, you see Elvis. Just the whole thing is it's very dark. You don't walk away feeling good. For me personally.
Yeah, I understand that.
You wrote the book and you do give a light on the relationship and your time with Priscilla, Lisa Marie Presley. Links will be up here. Make sure if you guys want to order it, you can click right there. In the past, you're surrounded personally by stories and movies about Elvis. And did you see this part?
No.
Okay. Often seen as the guy who took the king's wife. Now, clear the air here. Because a lot of people think, oh, that was Elvis's friend. How could he have done that?
Oh no, I have seen this bit.
Am I being too soft there? Come on.
No, it's good at the moment.
I'll just bust your chops. Okay, you saw this part?
I've seen this, but keep going. Yeah.
And let me give you say what you have to say about that.
Well, first of all, there's, like all situations in life, not with somebody famous, but just between normal people, there's a lot of misinterpretation, misunderstanding, assumptions. That's how we are as human beings. So we create our reality through our perceptions. So the idea that has been floated around for many, many years is that I was Elvis's instructor. I mean,
yeah, I know about this. I've watched this.
How does it feel to teach Elvis Presley karate? I never taught him a lesson. Then the other thing was, you were very, very close friends. I met him 4 times in my life. 3 of the times were within a minute or 2, and 1 time a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But you know this?
I've watched this. Yeah.
For friendship, people.
Okay. Now, he talks about the movie Priscilla, how he really felt about it. He didn't want to watch it. But she's recreating the whole story.
Yeah.
You know, he was saying.
Well, it's based on the book Elvis and Me. You know that. Did you know that?
Yeah, I remember that. You remember the movie with that was made for TV?
Oh yeah, the 1988 TV melodrama. Yeah, I know about that.
Let's see what we got here. I want to see what you did.
She has goals and dreams, and why shouldn't she? So like anyone else, why can't you live your dreams? Why you keep denying your power and your abilities? So listen, we all go through this. I was never that close to Elvis, so I didn't think that I did anything against him. I'm not going to go out and try to hurt him. I was as selfish as anyone else. I was trying to make myself happy, and Priscilla gave me an opportunity.
All right, so there's some of that. Let's see what we got over here. Let's see. Anybody ever come and knocking on your door as henchmen, the Memphis Mafia? You saw that?
I've read this book and I know this part.
There's
yeah.
Nothing about worry. It does no good for anyone, especially the person worrying. What are you going to worry about?
True.
See, I don't agree with this, but he's dismissing it.
Happened to me.
Yeah. Okay, let's see over here.
The choices I made. It happens every day with everybody, sometimes 2 or 3 times in their lifetime. So this is not like, like, oh my God, it's so horrible what you did. No, everybody's doing this. Everybody's doing this every day in every relationship. Things sometimes don't work out for whatever reason. And it's not a matter of blaming whose fault it is. Life is not about faults. Life is about making choices. And when you make a choice...
See, I see this as excuses. All of this consequences, choices, all that, it's bullshit. I don't fall for it. Just admit you're wrong. That's what I think.
Did you hear the story when he last saw Lisa Marie? Did you get that?
No.
Yeah, check this out.
Anybody see this coming? With Elvis into the future on their choices, that relationship, things sometimes don't work out for whatever reason. And it's not a matter of blaming whose fault it is. Life is not about faults. Life is about making choices. And when you make a choice, there's going to be an outcome and consequences. Before you make a choice, you have to now think far enough in advance whenever the outcome and decision or the result's going to happen.
Such rubbish. It's such rubbish.
So, but maybe he was made a choice, right, to leave his family, and he knew what he was doing. So maybe right in that thing, he's saying, I have no guilt.
No, yes, that is what he's saying. But the problem he's got is that that's his way of saying anyone can make any choice in their life as long as they're prepared to suffer the consequences. It's okay, but it's not okay. This is where he's getting it wrong. Yes, we make choices. Yes, there's consequences, but it doesn't make it okay. Yeah, and he's trying to make it okay.
Let me ask the audience, you guys out there, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Post your comments, and I'll post it up here. I want to see what you guys have to say. Let's see what him talking about Lisa right here. I'm just going through this for everybody.
It's fine. It's interesting.
It's sloppy.
It's interesting.
The whole episode will be on my channel, but check this out.
That people can see the end result. That what do you expect? What do you think the results are going to be different from the choices you made? And that's when people get into denial. So everything is like a surprise. Oh my God, she died so young. It's tragic. Yes, it is. But didn't anybody see this coming? With Elvis before, did Priscilla see it coming? Is that why she left? Did she try everything she could to help him? I think she did.
Yeah.
Apparently the other
she
people,
didn't.
They want to continue their relationship.
No, I agree with
what's happening. So everybody has.
Because I know what was happening in 1977 with Priscilla.
Harmonious for everybody. It may be agendas that is just for you. I understand that.
Yeah, absolutely. After the breakup with you and Priscilla, did you guys ever bump into each other in the world of Hollywood or no?
No, but I bumped into Priscilla. I mean, with Lisa one day. She was about.
I've heard this before.
14. I think she was actually
from someone else.
Or staying.
You saw this
on a different interview.
We had gone to a movie at Universal Studios, and I had just walked away from getting the tickets, and then I just turned to look back, and I saw Lisa, and she was with a young guy, and she turned. We were maybe about 25, 30 feet away from each other. And she turned and she mouthed, I saw her lips move, and she said, "Oh, that's Mike Stone."
Mm.
And then she turned back, and the guy said, he looked around like, where? And she kind of like pointed.
Yeah.
I was already looking at her.
She could have been with Michael Lockwood then.
After I haven't seen her since, or Priscilla since.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's some of the interview I wanted to share with everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
But you know what? I'm really glad. Look, I get to meet some of you people. I like to hear the voices from everybody. I'm going to try to do another one with Mike and bring him back.
Yeah.
And do more with him.
I will be, if I ever speak to Mike, I promise you, I will always be respectful, but I will speak my mind. Yeah, I will never be rude. I will never call him names. I won't lose my temper. I won't talk down to him. I'll always be respectful, but I will speak my mind.
No, and that's right. Kathy, thank you so much, sweetheart. I'll be 60 in 9 days. Happy birthday, Kathy. You know, we gotta
Happy birthday, Kathy.
I'd like to do another live with you where we can promote it together and
yeah.
more Elvis, we have more time. And
yeah.
You just got me off the cup here.
And you can teach me how to do it.
You know what, I'm trying. And you can teach me how to be more hard on my guests, but
yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
I want to really, the people in the chat, it's really nice to see you guys over here chatting with us because you guys make the show all the time. Let me see this comment right here because okay, let's see over here. I saw a comment. Let's see over here. Linda, she did pursue him, yes, but he done wrong as well. It's that simple. And you know what? You're totally right. And you know what? Look how young. Look at the age that they were. You know, when you think about this.
Yeah.
Now, I have a clip with Mike actually talking, and we you know, it's an interview that he didn't want to really go into, and I ended up, well, let's just do another interview over. But I want to know what you guys think out here. I'm going to ask the viewers. Do you think Priscilla was so innocent when she met Elvis? Do you think her running around in the bedroom, that she really saved her virginity, or you think more?
We know the answer.
You know, I want to know what you.
I know the answer, but go on.
You know the answer.
Oh, definitely.
I want to hear that. Do you think he waited till they get married, or you think they were doing it before? You know, you think she knew what she was doing? That's what I want to know.
Lisa Marie put it in her book.
She put it in the book.
They had sex 3 years before the marriage.
And then what about the whole will thing? I mean, Priscilla.
Elvis did. Oh, you mean when she contested Lisa Marie's wishes? She's out of order. So I think from the point of view of the fans, Priscilla contesting Lisa Marie's wishes after she died, that it all goes to the grandkids, Finley, Riley, Harper, is the biggest mistake she's ever made with the fans, because then the fans saw her true colors. She's got away with everything for 40 years, but contesting her daughter's wishes after she died, so that trying to prevent the grandkids getting Graceland, one of the biggest mistakes Priscilla has ever made.
I mean, it's showing out, and you know, it's so crazy. I don't want to disrespect anybody here, but the Presley family, because you never know who's watching what.
I understand.
Because I would love to have the chance to interview Priscilla and let her speak her piece.
Me too. Me too.
The real Priscilla. And I will try.
Yeah, I think everyone's tried. No one can do it. No one can do it. But you might be the man.
I gotta agree. I gotta agree with that.
I actually feel sorry for Priscilla. Honestly, if I spoke to Priscilla, I would be like, why can't you just admit your mistakes, admit wrongdoing, say sorry to the fans? I would try and get her to try and build a bridge with the fans, to try and just say, do you know what? I messed up. Yeah, she won't do it.
No, she won't do it. I will say this again. I said it in the interview. I said it earlier. Going to Graceland, when I went there, it really disturbed me, especially having children myself. When you just see, it's one thing seeing Elvis is great. I mean, he was going to be 90 years old, and you see his father, you see his mother, you see the memorial for his brother Jesse. Nobody online, nobody's wishing Jesse a happy birthday.
Good point. You
know, how come all these people out there, nobody's wishing him a happy birthday?
Yeah, I understand.
That kind of bothered me. I mean, come on.
You're the first person that said that, actually. That's a great point.
You know, how come you didn't say that?
I'm gutted now that I never said it.
You better say you're sorry right now.
I'm sorry. But yeah, you have a point.
Jesse and Elvis, but I will say
yeah, happy birthday, Jesse. You know, I'm a twin. Oh, you are. I'm a twin. It's interesting, isn't it?
And it should have hit. But Jesse, they don't know where he's actually
No.
Buried in
Yeah, unmarked graves.
How
Yeah.
sad is that? Think about it.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Like you do your pet or something.
They have an idea where it is, you know. They know which cemetery it is, yeah. But it's all, it's this. It's a bit. No one really knows.
You know what she'll charge you for. You never know. I'm gonna put something. There's some people out there I didn't think I would get on my show, and I've gotten on the show. I will say this: the Elvis, the Presley legacy. It is very sad at the end, seeing what happened to Benjamin and just everything. It's very Lisa.
Indirectly, the fans blame Priscilla for Benjamin because the fans feel that Benjamin and Riley being in Scientology, when they were kids, is what messed Benjamin up. So the fans blame Priscilla for Benjamin. Eventually, you know what happened when he was 27. So, you know, the fans are upset. The fans are upset with Priscilla.
The Scientology is such a wacky thing. And anybody who's out there watching this, if you are a Scientologist, don't get mad at me, but I got to say one thing. I ain't buying it. I think it's wacky, schmacky. I'm just a Jewish guy from Brooklyn. And sometimes I question that. But you know what? I will say this. It's crazy. And I think Hollywood definitely got to Priscilla's head. And
she loved fame. She loved the fame. She wanted the attention, the spotlight, and the money, and the men. She loved her men.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. I had a friend of mine that did a movie with her. A close, he's like a cousin.
Yeah.
Basically, it's Andrew Dice Clay, the comedian.
Okay.
He did Ford Fairline with her.
Right, I haven't seen that. Ford Fairline.
She's at Ford Fairline. Any Elvis fans, they'll know it.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah. You check it out, Ford Fairline.
Ford Fairline. I will.
Yeah, Andrew Dice Clay, big comedian. But anyway, before I get out of here, this was Mike's book. It's an interesting read. Maybe, I'm going to do a giveaway on this book. Whoever subscribes on my channel too right now, I'll pick out your name. What we'll do is subscribe to the channel if you're a new subscriber, and I'm going to do a pick out, put your names in a hat. I'll go live. You and I are going to go live. Hopefully it's one of your viewers, and I'll send them this book. Good.
Sounds lovely. Brilliant. Brilliant.
If you want, I'll even autograph it. If not,
that's nice.
You don't have to have my autograph. But let's do that. Subscribe now, and I'm going to do another live show, but you got to be on it. We're going to draw.
It's fine, yeah. Teach me how to do it.
We'll give a giveaway.
Teach me how to do it. And the only thing, when you speak to Mike Stone, I only want you to say one thing, and I said this. Do you know Rare Elvis Photos? It's a YouTube channel.
I do. Oh, wait, hold on. Before I go, to win the book, go on the comments and say just sub, write sub book,
right.
So I know who your names are.
Okay.
And you just subscribe and then dash book. I'm going to do a draw.
There we are, guys. Brilliant. Thank you.
Book to you guys. Okay?
Excellent. So we've got Rare Elvis Photos, which is probably the biggest Elvis YouTube channel around. Yeah. I'm friends with him. Yeah. And he interviewed Mike Stone about a month ago. Yeah. And I asked him, please just ask one question to Mike Stone. And it's a very simple question. It's a double-sided question. I just said to Joe, Joe's a great guy. He's called Joe Singe. You'll like him. Yeah. I said to him, just ask him if he will ever apologize and show regret. Just those two things. So all I say to you with Mike Stone is, all we really want as fans, I think, is for him to apologize and show regret, because we know Priscilla was the Priscilla trapped him, yeah, and used him and spat him out. Does that make sense? Dropped him like a rock. He's a victim. Mike Stone is a victim, yeah, of Priscilla. Now, and I'm not being hateful to Priscilla. I'm just saying that's how I think it played out, yeah. So I just want Mike Stone